Now, if you thought only a bank could be the one to foreclose on your house, unfortunately, you're wrong. You could be current on your mortgage, current on your taxes and everything, but you can still lose your home.
Yeah, isn't that incredible? So we're going to talk to Our Lady of the Law, Felicia Walker, to explain how an organization that you count on, how does this happen? That's what we want to know, Felicia. When you think you've been update with your mortgage payments and your taxes and everything, you can still lose your home. How does that work?
Well, you can. Often people don't think that homeowners associations have that much power that they can foreclose against your home. In the past, even if you were behind on your homeowners association dues, they would just place a lien against it and then it would be dealt with at a later time, or when you sold the property or refinanced it, the bank would require you to do that. Now we're seeing homeowners associations becoming much more aggressive. They do have the power to foreclose on the home for one missed homeowners association due, even one. And in fact, we get a lot of calls, and over the last few years we've been seeing more aggressively pursuing these. Especially there's a firm out of South Florida that will do these for $600 being behind on a homeowner's due, and they'll file a foreclosure action against them. So you think that you can just call and make up the payment, but that's not the case. They can actually foreclose. They do, and then charge you $2,000 to $3,000 in addition to what you were already behind in order to stop the foreclosure.
And that you have to pay in a lump sum. So now you're not only having to pay right away the amount that's due, but you have to pay this $2,000 or $3,000 as well.
Yeah, sometimes they will work with you on payment arrangements, but I've never seen them actually waive their fees. And literally, I mean, the filing fee for a foreclosure is sometimes up to $1,000 depending on your the value of your home. But these attorneys are charging $1,500 to $2,000 for literally filing a single document in the foreclosure courts and serving you with it. It's something that normally would take maybe an hour's worth of time, and you would have an assistant do, and then have the attorney review it. And so it's thousands of dollars for doing that. And unfortunately, with the hard economic times that we're having right now, people put those things off and pay their credit cards because they're pursuing them more aggressively. Your HOA doesn't call you on the phone, at work and at the breakfast table and in your car, but like a credit card does. So people do that, and we want our viewers to know that that's the worst thing that you can do if you are having a hard time, is not to pay your homeowner association. And
I think a lot of people around here were very surprised by that the homeowners association could do that, could actually file for foreclosure. I mean,
we had a huge conversation about it in the office this morning, going, wow, how is this possible?
Yeah, and it gets a little worse too, because even if they have, a lot of times they would actually foreclose on the home, but they wouldn't do anything about it. They would still leave the homeowner in the home because your mortgage company or your first or second mortgage company has priority over a homeowner association, where if they were to sell it or do anything with the property, they'd have to pay the mortgage off first. But what you're having investment firms that are springing up all over Florida that are actually putting tenants in these homes, evicting the homeowners because they can, and then placing tenants in there temporarily to rent it out until the bank gets around to filing the foreclosure and taking possession of that.
So I got to ask
it's
you
really
this.
dirty.
How quickly can this all take place? How quickly? You said if they miss one HOA fee, they can at least start the process, but that doesn't mean that within a couple of months you'd be out, right?
Well, it depends. Governor Scott is just there's new bills that have just been enacted to help non-bank foreclosures happen faster, but we usually see an average of 6 to 8 months, but there's no guarantee. You could be one payment behind, literally. I mean, one payment would be a little extreme, but if you pay them annually, you'd be surprised sometimes, especially if they want you out. Think about if you're not taking care of your home properly. And, homeowner associations can be really good to keep the values of your property, and we have, foreclosed neighborhoods that are really bad. But we're seeing these in regular neighborhoods too, not just hard-hit areas. Right. But yeah, you do see it. But normally 6 to 8 months in a normal foreclosure if you're not fighting it or you're not doing something like that. But it can be faster depending on how aggressive the law firm is that's pursuing it.
And even if you are up to date on all of your mortgage payments and all of your other credit card bills and utility bills and everything, if the HOA is the only thing that fell through the cracks, then okay, so if someone has questions, and let's say they're facing this, or they're like you said, if you're facing financial hardship, you say the worst thing to do is stick your head in the sand.
That's true.
So they can come to you and they can at least get a consultation, and you guys do that for free.
Yes, it is a free consultation, and there's a lot of different information that you can get. If you're behind on your homeowners associations, we can cure those sometimes through a Chapter 13, stop foreclosure. There's a lot of different benefits, and also if you've already filed bankruptcy or you're surrendering your home, you can still be on the hook for some of those HOA fees for post-filing. So it's important we can give you free advice on that and how to deal with it.
There's nothing better than that. At least find
Yeah.
out where you are, what's going on, and what can be done, and take care of it. Don't bury your head in the sand.
Do not bury your head in the sand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Felicia.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank
being
you
here.
so
Appreciate
much.
it.
And we want to thank the ladies of the law and Emery, Kast, and Walker for sponsoring the segment.
And remember, they say the biggest mistake you can make if you're facing any sort of financial hardship is to do nothing. The legal team of Emery, Kast, and Walker, they say they understand what you're going through. They're here to help good people in bad times. Their website's there on the screen, www.jackslawyer.com, or call them 904-404-3394 for that free consultation to find solutions to your problems.